Welcome to Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. I'm Gabriella Espinosa, intuitive catalyst for creative change and creator of the Pure Soul Alchemy healing system. I help people who are at a crossroads and ready for a new direction in their lives, but for whatever reason may be feeling stuck or like there's no way out of the challenging situations which they are facing. I assist them by shifting their energetic grid so that they can make quantum leaps with ease and simplicity. I'll be taking us through a soul realignment process for the next 30 minutes. This show is a healing for those of us who are highly sensitive people. Highly sensitive people often find themselves feeling overwhelmed by the normal goings-on of daily life. They often feel depleted in group situations, overly stimulated by input of all kinds, including noise, smell, conversations, chemical, etc. They find themselves having to be very creative in order to cope with the effects of this. Pure Soul Alchemy is a transmission of channeled healing technologies which restructure your creative source grid. It's a channeled energetic field where transformative operations and procedures are enacted for you while you comfortably relax. Through my perception and vocalization of the inner energetic grid, we are opened in ways which allow these technologies to come into our physical reality and enact change on our behalf. Be sure to be in a place where you can lay down and relax deeply to receive the session. To learn about scheduling your own personal Pure Soul Alchemy empowerment session, go to www.puresoulalchemy.com. It's quite helpful to go back and listen again repeatedly to deepen the effects of the session and to take the healing further. Now take some deep breaths and bring into your awareness and into your heart an area in your life where you feel highly sensitive and overstimulated by aspects. It can be noise sensitivity, light sensitivity, people sensitivity, chemical sensitivity. There are all types of sensitivities that we may have as individuals. You may write it in chat right now, or you may just hold it in your heartfelt awareness while you listen in. It will get addressed. Plus, you will receive healing on whatever everyone else who is listening in is working on too. If you don't understand some or any of the words I'm speaking, or even find yourself falling asleep, don't worry, this is a good thing. What is most important and of most benefit is that you relax as deeply as possible to receive the energy transmission of the operations, rather than trying to stay alert and focused on the wordings or trying to ascribe any real-time meanings to them. So I will read some of our healing intentions now that some of our listeners have submitted, and then we'll go straight into our session. So our first intention, I would like help in distinguishing my guides from the voices of others that I hear. Often in a relationship, primarily with a man, I am so sensitive that I can hear them from a distance or have conversations telepathically very easily if they are spiritually inclined. But then my masculine guide's voice starts to sound like the person I am energetically attached to. Help. Another intention is just to not feel bogged down by everyday life and to retain my energy so I can do more. Our next intention is to fully love and accept my supersensitivity so as to accentuate the so-called good stuff that comes about because of it, and to simply accept the so-called bad stuff, challenges. Oh, and if my ears miraculously can handle loud noises with ease afterwards, then hooray. Our next intention is that I view my sensitivity as a gift and that I fully use that gift. I am able to embrace this gift to be nurtured and inspired, as well as deflect any negativity that comes from people or situations. And another intention. My intention today for the healing is to be able to keep my field intact and not let any energy leak out of my aura. Also to stay grounded and connected at festivals. Lastly, it is to be able to keep psychic attacks away and to be aware of them when they are happening, and to have the wisdom of how to deal with them when someone is pulling on my energy. Great, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into our session. We're going to start by calling in all of the Ascended Masters. All of the Archangels. We're establishing a heart link with the soul star above our head, the incarnational star in the abdominal region, and the earth star below our feet, flowing the microcosmic orbit through and around all of these centers, including our heart center. And we're going to circulate the dynamic of acclimation to our higher state of awareness. And so we're going to circulate this dynamic in our microcosmic orbit and infuse it so that it works on us throughout the course of the session. Great. So now we are establishing a heart link with the great I Am Presence, with Divine Mother, Father, God, Essence, Creator, Great Spirit, Source, Mother Earth, the Elementals, the Nature, Fairy, and Devic Spirits, the Animal, Plant, Mineral Kingdoms, and all of our higher levels of consciousness, and all of our higher councils all the way to Divine Source. So we're going to start off by doing a little bit of emotion code healing. This is a wonderful modality that you can look up online and learn about it. So we're taking emotions that are held in our physical body, and we're going to utilize Gabriella's covering in order to release these trapped emotions on all of our behalf. The first trapped emotion is indecisiveness, and we're going to use magnet therapy to pull and release this trapped emotion for all of us. And what I'm noticing, is that there are many applications of what this indecisiveness is about for all of us. So we're just intending that all of these different reasons, rationales for indecisiveness are taken care of. Great. The next trapped emotion we've identified as dread. And we are releasing this trapped emotion of dread from all of our physicalities. Great. So we're going to go ahead and do some clearing of past lives right now for all of us. And just so you know, sometimes I do a little bit of heavy breathing as I'm proxying for all of us and moving the energy for all of us. All right, so one piece that I've heard that we're going to work on is being entrenched in everyday life routines, as well as being locked and entrenched in orientations to suffering and deferment of judgment, and also not having oneself as a priority. Great. So we're going to spend a little bit of extra focused attention and care on that piece about not having oneself as their own priority. And it's not self-centeredness. It's not in a negative way. This is a vital orientation that we need. We need to be able to hold ourselves in such great and high value and self-esteem that we don't neglect with ourselves and listen to ourselves, listen to our needs, and listen to the communications that are coming in from our bodies, from our knowing, from our wisdom. Yes, so there's a diminutive effect of these internal vital communications that we are remediating right now. All right, another piece coming up is cataclysmic caricature of life's operations and goings on. So let's go ahead and remediate there. And we're going to install being in life with ease and joy and simplicity. Great. So we're also going to install and initiate, my brain is calling it supercharging, our physical, psychic, sorry about that. Sometimes Skype just cuts off, but we are continuing with our healing, clearing, and supercharging our physical, emotional, psychic. And there's one other center that we're going to involve in this supercharging. And I just want to clarify that this is not stimulating charging. This is enhancing, nourishing, nurturing, strengthening. Okay, this is our base. This is our root chakra, our landing pad, so to speak. Great. So we are in the process of strengthening these particular aspects of our being. I like that, our landing pad. This is also our grounding base from where we plant ourselves even more deeply into this physical incarnation, into this life space, this planet, Earth. And that is where we gain strength and pull from in order to continually recharge, energize all of our centers. Great. So the very next piece we're going to initiate while this is continuing to go on is heightening our level of discernment, because that's a big piece here. And this is not just mental discernment. This is discernment for our whole system, system-wide discernment of what am I accountable to and for within myself, and what is someone else's responsibility. And again, this is not just on the mental plane. This is our system. So we're just going to sit here for a little bit in silence as we are working on and remediating and heightening our system's level of discernment about where the parameters of our being begins and ends. Right, so while that is underway, those processes are underway, we're also going to work on heightening and enhancing our own buffer, our individual buffer. Right, so we have a lot going on right now, and we're just kind of sitting with it, allowing it, and witnessing it. Great, and I just want to acknowledge that first bit that we did at the beginning about heightening our connection and our communication with our higher centers, our higher consciousness is in full on, happening full on. Great, and so we are installing and anchoring the new vision, the new orientation of living here in full bloom, unabashedly. Great. So, and we're also going to anchor in viewing my sensitivity as a gift, as the true gift that it is. Embracing this gift, being nurtured and inspired by this gift. And at the same time, heightening that discernment system-wide so that our system, all aspects of our system, has and operates from this higher level of discernment about what is mine, what is my responsibility, and what belongs to someone else to take care of. All right, so what this is calling for is the releasing and letting go of old roles and jobs, energetically and emotionally and psychically, that are no longer serving us. We've outgrown, they're obsolete. One is the keeper of the peace. That's one role. Another one is the fixer. Oh, yeah, that's getting a lot of charge to it. And there's one more that we want to give voice to. It has something to do with the angelic realm. Okay, this is interesting. So what we want to do for this one, I don't quite understand what it is, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring in and create a new template for living life as a human with a profound orientation with the angelic realm. Great. And this calls for an Orsoma bottle, feet, head in heaven, and feet firmly on the ground. Great. So we're infusing that bottle. That one is violet over red. I know where I am and I know where I'm going. I trust the very center of my being. A deep sense of balance and the energy to perform one's service. Great, so we're doing a massive infusion of this bottle into these processes that we have online. Great. And so lastly, we're going to do some clearing and remediation of the influence, the astrological influence of an asteroid. And this one is Chiron. Great. So I'm just going to read a little snippet about Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. Wherever it is placed in the natal chart is where it is found that the hurts and wounds of most impact occur. It is often through our own experiences of hurt and pain that we can best help others in a time of need. And Chiron is also known to be the planet of relationships. So how we relate with and to those in our surroundings and situations in our surroundings. We are still massively in process. So there is quite a bit of healing going on right now, and I highly encourage you to listen repeatedly to this session. So we're now creating a containment field. This will serve as a buffer zone all around us so that we and our reality may reorient in ease. So we're now closing down our session in love, light, gratitude, and blessings. I'd like to thank you for joining us for Pure Soul Alchemy with Gabriella. To learn more about Pure Soul Alchemy and scheduling your own one-on-one session, go to